The message popped up on her phone at 8:03 p.m. Room 214. Don't keep me waiting. Claire's hand trembled as she read it, the words glowing on the dim screen like a forbidden flame. Her reflection in the mirror looked back at her, a woman in her mid-30s, beautiful but tired, mascara wand hovering midair. The silk dress she wore shimmered softly under the bedroom light. She had bought it just for tonight. Tonight was supposed to be her escape. She told herself it wasn't really cheating, not yet. She wasn't sure what it was. A desperate attempt to feel something again. A protest against the emptiness that had swallowed her marriage whole. She didn't know. But she knew one thing for sure. If her husband, Daniel, ever found out, it would destroy him. The distance between them. Their marriage had once been full of warmth and laughter. Daniel used to leave her sticky notes on the coffee machine. "You're my favorite reason to come home." He'd surprise her with flowers on random Tuesdays. But after 10 years, life had chipped away at them. His job as an architect consumed his time, his energy, his smile. He came home late, exhausted, always on his phone. Dinner became silent. Touches became rare. And Claire, lonely, aching, unseen, started chatting with Ryan. Ryan was easy. He listened. He made her laugh again. He sent her long messages about how she deserved more, how Daniel didn't appreciate her. And when he asked her to meet him at the hotel tonight, she didn't say no. She had already crossed half the line just by saying yes. A lie. "Going to dinner with Mia," she told Daniel that morning, trying to sound casual as she buttered toast. He smiled absently, eyes on his phone. "That's good. You deserve a night out." That smile, unaware, trusting, stabbed her harder than any accusation could have. If he had been cruel, if he had stopped loving her openly, maybe it would have been easier to justify. But he wasn't. He was just distant. "Thanks," she said softly, her throat tight. He kissed her forehead on his way out. She almost told him right then. But instead she said, "Drive safe." The hotel. By 8:30, Claire was standing in front of the mirror in room 214. Her heart raced. She could still back out. She could still leave. The knock came. 3 soft taps. "Claire." Ryan's voice, low and familiar, came through the door. Her hand froze on the doorknob. Every second stretched thin as she tried to breathe through her guilt. She opened it. Ryan stepped inside, confident, smiling. "You look incredible." She forced a smile. The smell of his cologne filled the room. Foreign, intoxicating, wrong. He reached out, brushed a strand of hair from her cheek. "You okay?" "I don't know," she whispered. "Hey," he said gently, taking her hand. "You deserve to feel alive again." The words should have comforted her, but they didn't. They sounded rehearsed. She tried to focus on his eyes, but all she could see was Daniel's face, the way he'd smiled when he handed her coffee this morning. Her phone buzzed on the dresser. She froze. "Daniel. Hey, surprise, I finished early. Thought I'd pick you up from Mia's. I'm outside her place now. She says you're not there." Her blood turned cold. Panic. Claire's heart pounded so hard she thought Ryan could hear it. He frowned. "What's wrong?" She grabbed her purse, fumbling. "It's Daniel, he's looking for me." "Okay, calm down," Ryan said, stepping closer. "Just tell him you went somewhere else with your friend. He'll never know." But Daniel wasn't stupid. He was patient, observant. She stared at the message again, her mind spinning. If she didn't respond, he'd worry. Or worse, start driving around. Then another message. "Daniel. Claire. Everything okay?" Her hands shook as she typed. "Oh, we changed restaurants. Long story. Be home later." Before she could hit send, there was a knock, loud, sharp, on the hotel door. Her heart stopped. Ryan blinked. "Who?" She pressed a hand over her mouth, panic flooding her veins. Another knock. Then Daniel's voice, muffled but unmistakable. "Claire." The shattering moment. Everything inside her froze. Ryan swore under his breath. "You told him." "No, I don't know how he," she whispered, tears already welling. Daniel's voice came again, calm but heavy. Claire. Open the door. The room spun. She couldn't breathe. Couldn't think. Ryan started toward the bathroom, whispering, "I'll hide, just talk to him." But Claire knew. The lie had already burned to ash. She opened the door. Daniel stood there, his tie loosened, his face pale, eyes dark with something between heartbreak and disbelief. For a long moment neither spoke. His gaze drifted over her makeup, her dress, the open wine bottle on the table, and then past her to the half-closed bathroom door. "I wanted to surprise you," he said finally, his voice breaking. "Guess I did." "Daniel, Don't," he said quietly. "Please. Don't make me listen to a lie." The weight of his words crushed her. She stepped forward, reaching out, but he took a step back. "How long?" he asked. Tears spilled down her cheeks. "It's not what you think." Nothing happened." He let out a hollow laugh. "Claire, you're in a hotel room. Dressed like that. With someone else. Tell me what else I'm supposed to think." The silence after that was unbearable. The bathroom door creaked open. Ryan appeared, face pale. Daniel's eyes locked on him. "Of course." Ryan started to speak, but Daniel lifted a hand. "Don't. You've done enough." Then he turned back to Claire, voice trembling. "Was I really that easy to replace?" Her chest cracked open with guilt. "No, Daniel. I felt invisible. You stopped talking to me. Stopped seeing me." He nodded slowly, tears glistening. "So instead of telling me, you came here?" "I made a mistake," she sobbed. "Please, I'm so sorry." He stared at her for a long time, eyes glassy, lips trembling, but then something in him broke. "I loved you," he whispered. "More than I knew how to show. I guess that wasn't enough." He turned and walked away. Aftermath. Claire sank to the floor, her sobs shaking her body. Ryan tried to reach for her, but she pushed him away. "Get out," she choked. "Just go." He hesitated, then left without another word. The room felt hollow, the air heavy with shame and regret. She stayed there for hours, staring at the door Daniel had walked through, replaying every moment of their marriage. The way he used to kiss her hand, the laughter, the quiet dinners, the small kindnesses she had taken for granted. All the warmth she'd once felt was now gone, replaced by a cold ache that spread through her like poison. The next morning, Claire went home just after sunrise. The house was quiet, too quiet. Daniel's car was gone. His side of the closet was half empty. On the kitchen counter there was a note. Her hands trembled as she unfolded it. "I don't hate you, Claire. But I can't stay with someone who looked for what we already had, in someone else. I hope you find whatever it was you were missing. E." Her knees gave out. She pressed the note to her chest, sobbing until her body went numb. Outside, the morning sun filtered through the curtains, soft and golden, the same light that once filled this house with laughter. Now it only illuminated the ruins. Epilogue. Months passed. Claire tried calling him, writing him, begging him to talk, but Daniel never answered. Eventually she stopped trying. Every morning she'd make 2 cups of coffee out of habit, then pour one down the sink. She couldn't forgive herself for what she'd almost done, or for what she'd already done in her heart. One evening, as she walked past the cafe where they used to meet, she saw him through the window. He was sitting with a woman, smiling, the way he used to smile at her. She didn't go in. She didn't wave. She just watched for a moment, tears blurring her vision, and whispered, "I'm glad you found peace." Then she turned away, the ache still there, but quieter now. Because sometimes the greatest punishment isn't losing someone. It's knowing you were the one who let them go.